Well, just a few minutes ago, I told you about a Connecticut man who is facing charges for killing a resort worker in the Caribbean. Our Mola Lenghi has been following this story, and he joins me now to talk about this. Mola, what are authorities saying happened?
Well, Vlad, authorities tell the Associated Press that Hapgood's young daughters were in the hotel room when Kenny Mitchel was killed. Investigators have not reported a motive for his death, and Anguilla officials say they're struggling to find answers to the many questions that remain in this case. Anguilla's police department says officers were called to investigate Kenny Mitchel's death shortly after 4 p.m. on April 13th.
So don't worry.
The 27-year-old father worked at a luxury resort on the island's west end. An autopsy report shows he was beaten and choked to death. 3 days later, police charged Scott Hapgood with manslaughter. The 44-year-old from Connecticut was vacationing on the island with his family and staying at the hotel where Mitchel was allegedly employed as a maintenance worker. A spokeswoman for Hapgood says the worker showed up unannounced, in uniform at the hotel room, claiming he was there to fix a broken sink before carrying out his sudden, violent attack on the family. She alleges he was armed and demanding money. Mitchel's uncle, Victor, says that's not true.
It is just a make-up story. That's not right. That's not true. Kenny was just not a person who would get anybody problems.
Hapgood was originally denied bail from prison, but later released on a $74,000 bond following an appeal from his attorney. Local reports say many Anguillans are angry and demanding Hapgood return to the island to face justice. The British territory of around 15,000 people in the Caribbean often attracts wealthy vacationers. On social media, Anguilla's former head of tourism urged residents not to allow the case to tarnish the island's reputation.
We remain resolute and firm in the belief that we are proud, strong, and we continue to welcome visitors to our shores.
Hapgood is a financial advisor. He's due back in court in Anguilla in August. His attorney on the island told a local newspaper that he has every intention to return to Anguilla to clear his name. And reports say Hapgood had never previously been charged with a crime, Vlad.
So, Mola, you mentioned that he's due back in court in August. What do we expect is going to happen?
Well, so he's been to the bond hearing, paid that. The court appearance in August is sort of the next step in the judicial process. Like ours, there are several hearings leading up to an eventual trial. But there are a lot of angry people on that island, a lot of locals who think that he got special treatment, think that he should have never been able to leave the island considering the severity of these charges, and they don't think that he's going to return. But police there are saying that he is granted, obviously, innocence until proven guilty, and that this is just the normal process.
So in your piece, you mentioned the family, that he was threatening the family. So there are clearly eyewitnesses to what may have happened. What are we hearing about that?
Well, so all we know is that, the family were the eyewitnesses. But there are several narratives out there as to what happened, what went down in that hotel room, the reason why the victim, Kenny Mitchel, showed up to the hotel room. The official word right now is that he showed up to, or I'm sorry, not the official word, but what Hapgood's folks are saying is that he showed up demanding money, threatening violence, and that they reacted in self-defense. But there are several narratives out there as to exactly what happened. A lot of mystery here.
It's like you said, it sounds like a 48 hours piece in the
absolutely.
making. Yeah, Mola Lenghi, thank you very much. Good to see you in New York.
You too. Thanks, Vlad.